very excited that we are starting our journey of our first peer forum. And it's really about you all as entrepreneurs finding my identity as a financial savvy entrepreneur. And I hope you all managed to do that and really connect in that way. And it's really about connecting, networking, and reflecting. So there's some nice insight that's already been shared in the chat. I would like to hear a voice. Since I have you, Zama, I'll just use your voice. Do you want to share anything else on top that hasn't been shared that Mbali put in the chat, and let us know what came out in your group as a group? Over to you, Zam.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
So in sharing the characteristics, we shared about transparency, you needing to remain transparent in your financial practices, and being disciplined in ensuring that you are accurate with accountability as an entrepreneur, because there's other people as well within the business, whether it's your partners, whether it's your staff, that also get affected with the decisions that you make, right? And then we also spoke about being a visionary. So being able to balance your short-term financial goals and needs with your long-term financial goals, as well as potential growth. And we spoke about being communicative, and we shared some of our challenges a little bit in terms of where we are and some of the things that we still need to do, like being more disciplined and avoiding unnecessary expenses and staying focused. So yeah, those are some of the things we shared. And then yeah, Umbali shared that you have to be like an eagle, and yeah, I was saying you have to be like a lioness, and go and get your meat out there. I'm actually vegetarian, so it's like a figurative thing.
Oh, perfect.
Not literal.
Awesome. So go get them veggies. Go get them veggies.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you so much. Anyone else? And I think a nice way to kind of help with the feedback around this question is, let me just put your feedback on it being pointed, is really my characteristics as a financial savvy entrepreneur and what I would like to add to be more financially savvy. So from those characteristics of those animals, what would you like to add more onto yourself that came out? Thank you, Christoph. Anybody else? And I've also put the question in the chat.
Hello.
Hi, Pule.
Can I give it a try?
Go
Actually,
ahead, Pule.
yes, answering the question, in our breakout room, we discussed that one of the things that we are flawed at, we discovered that we have similar challenges when it comes to being financially savvy. And the most that I've picked up is that it's budgeting. Budgeting is actually this is what I discussed with my coach this past weekend, that budgeting is really one of my weaknesses. Like I don't know if I've never been good with numbers, you see, but now I see the importance of being good and not being good with numbers. It helps now. Now that I have started my own business and I'm running my own business, you see. Yeah. But again, the challenge that we are facing, some of us run this business from hand to mouth. It's our only income. That's what I also discussed with my coach, that for some of us, we don't have that 9-to-5 job. This is what we live off, you see. So it puts it puts you in the very awkward situation whereby you cannot be able to handle the finances correctly. And what I've tried, steps that I've taken to try to be financially safe is that I've tried to get myself a speed point where that will be able to record my sales, even cash sales. I jot them down there. I capture them on the speed point. You see.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
So yeah, so that's those are some of the steps that I've taken. I think also, in being able to have that capital, because really for us entrepreneurs, young, emerging, you don't know, you have a vision, but actually you don't have like tools. Are some of the tools you are not aware of what to use, which lane to go in terms of getting to that vision. You see,
Mm.
so for some of us who really we're living, this is this is what only what we have. You see,
Yep.
our businesses, because
Yep.
we don't have any other source of income. So now it's very important to learn in terms of finance, how to financial education is very important as well. And I think this program is playing a big role in instilling that, you see. So yeah,
Perfect.
thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Bule. I'm gonna have Sis Nomvuyo come on and just take if there's any thoughts and break insight that she has. And while she's coming on, anything else? What stood out there, Sis Nomvuyo, for you before we have Amanda come on after you? In the chat or some takeaways?
Yeah. Well, I'm finding this very interesting, hey, Tobeka. Thanks for the idea, of using animals. And I've noticed that three animals in particular stand out. It is the ant, the bee, as well as the eagle. Those are the three that stand out.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just thinking that, isn't it awesome? Isn't it awesome that we can create what we want? We are not stuck on being just an ant. Isn't it awesome that we can have the visionary skills of the eagle, the planning skills of the ant, and the protective skills of the bee? I liked what one said, that the bees are very protective of their queen. So if we treat our money as the queen, then we can protect it like bees do. So we can, we can adopt each of the three characteristics that we have identified and combine them to become the financially savvy entrepreneurs that we want to be. That's what I saw. Thank you.
Great. Thank you. Thank you very much, Sis Nomvuyo. And just to conclude this analogy around using the animal and tapping into that, it doesn't take all these characteristics these animals have, we have them. Yes? So I just used a different way to tap into that and bring it to light. So us being human is there. It's just now recognizing and seeing how these two things, or seeing how the bigger nature of society, of life that we live in, is all intertwined. So it doesn't take away at all at our human capacity, but it's really to say, okay, let me understand what capacities I have, what characteristics I have, and what I don't have, or what is there that's probably dormant, and start thinking, oh, wait a minute, I probably do have this. So it was just another way for us to tap into our innate intelligence and insight and learning. So anyway, thank you so much for that journey. And we'll be having Amanda coming in now, who will tell us a bit around the busy bucks and updates and summary around what's happening. So I don't know if you're ready there, Amanda, for that, and to get us started. Thank you so much, and I hope you all enjoyed it. Over to you, Amanda.
Hi, everyone. I'm having serious connectivity issues, so let's hope I can get through this. So I can't believe it's week 3 already. It's mad. What happened? But it's been great. I've learned so much. Okay, so on to BusyBucks. So we've told you about BusyBucks in the past, but I'm going to give you a little bit more detail now. So BusyBucks is kind of equal to 1 Rand. Approximately. So you get BusyBucks when you do certain activities on the program, and you will get all your BusyBucks awarded to you at the end, at the graduation event, and then you will get your BusyBucks. So you get 5 for attending a workshop and 5 for completing the quiz after the workshop, which is very, very important, guys. These quizzes are important to your progress in the program. You get 10 BusyBucks for submitting completed assignments, 10 for attending the peer learning forums, which is this one, which is one of them, and 10 for completing your feedback forms, and 10 for attending your coaching sessions. But please notice that there's brackets at the end of all these sentences. So to attend the online events, you need to attend for a minimum of an hour to earn your BusyBucks points, or just your BusyBucks, and you have to submit everything by deadline to earn your BusyBucks. So it's very I think I might be frozen, but I'm not sure if I'm doing okay here.
Keep going.
No, am I okay?
Keep going.
Okay, so it's very important to attend the workshops, attend the forums, meet with your coaches, and meet all your deadlines for your submission of your quizzes, your assignments, your feedback forms. We do keep a track of everything, so we're keeping a wallet for you. So what we have currently is a leaderboard, which is the next slide. And as you can see, these are the top of the leaderboard. These are the people who have 40 BusyBucks in their wallet already. So that is the equivalent of approximately 40 Rand of data that you will be given at the closeout event. And the people who are in the top of the leaderboard will also be getting extra BusyBucks data at the end of the event. So look for your name. And if you're there, it means you've been submitting by deadline, you've been attending workshops and online events. So well done, guys. Well done. I'm sure people can catch up if they start adorables posting in the chat. That's sweet. So yeah, I'm sure you can catch up if you just get cracking, guys. Meet your deadlines. Yes. And attend all the workshops. There's so much going on all the different platforms.
Yes.
Sorry, Vusile, if your surname is spelled wrong, I will correct that. Okay, so that's BusyBucks. I saw a hand go up.
Yes, I'll let that in a moment. Yeah, so just as you I see you there. Remember, everyone, this is about vying, being your best. But keep going, Amanda, and then we'll do the hands. Keep going, and then we'll do the hands.
Cool. So basically, the WhatsApp community has been wonderful to watch and wonderful to be a part of. I've seen we did a little thing last week where we celebrated our wins, and we saw someone got their CEDA application approved.
Keep going.
Entrepreneurs getting contracts, signing contracts and collaborations.
Amazing.
And I saw one of the entrepreneurs got an amazing funding grant. So that's just such wonderful news, and even the small things. So that's something you must remember, guys, that it's important to celebrate your small wins.
Yeah.
Every day, something great's going to happen. Whether and if it's big or small, it doesn't matter. You've got to recognize it and you've got to celebrate it. And these little things, if you recognize them and you celebrate them, they will improve your day. And you're acknowledging when things are going right.
Awesome. Thank you. Perfect. Thank you, Amanda. Anything else? That's
Let's
it.
see if there's
Okay.
any questions.
Are there any questions? We did see hands, but I think they've put their hand down now. And but remember, yes, so these points are for airtime, so you get data and you get airtime. So that's
Just
what it's
data.
for.
Only data.
Yeah, just data. Sorry, just data. So
Okay.
it's data you can use when you're on the road and everything if you don't have at home. Sia, yes, Sia, over to you. Your hand is up.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Amanda, I had a
Yeah.
session with my mentor yesterday. He was asking me quite a number of things that I was not aware of. For example, he asked for, okay, well, there are 2 assignments that have been submitted so far, right? Assignment 1 and 2. So
Correct.
apparently he was also supposed to receive an action plan that I was supposed to submit there's an action plan that I was supposed to submit, not to him, but on the submit tracker, if I'm not mistaken, and then give him a copy of that. I was not aware of that information. So is there any clarity that I'm supposed to be given on that, so that when I meet with him tomorrow, then I can get back to him on that?
Yes. Christoph, can I hand it over to you?
Yeah, no. So the assignments 1 and 2 were not to do a action plan, but if you look at your vision that you've developed, that you've been discussing, the SMART goals that we covered in session 1, and bringing that into action, definitely you need an action plan. In fact, our next workshop next week this time, we are going to be looking at goal setting and planning specifically. So that will come from, there will be stuff that you get from there in terms of the action plan. But yeah, your coach will check in with you on your action plan, what it is that you are planning. But it wasn't part of you doing an assignment. Just mute. So those that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do that. Keep going, Chris.
Yeah, so just to be clear, assignment 1 and assignment 2 did not include an action plan, but your coach will be discussing that with you. So maybe because they are asked to guide you in doing the action plan too, that that may have led to a misunderstanding about what the assignments really are. But you got the assignment for the budget first,
Okay.
and then last week, what was the assignment last week again?
Wasn't it SWOT analysis?
Yeah, the personal SWOT analysis.
The test, the personality or personality characteristics, and then the SWOT analysis. So those were the 2 assignments. Next week's assignment is going to be about planning, sort of. But there are things that aren't in the assignments that are in the workbook. The assignments doesn't cover everything in the program. It's elements, main elements of it. So for you to keep doing your action plan and discuss that with your coach would be great, sort of, because that's also a way for you to have someone that keeps you a bit accountable in your discussion. Sort of. So every 3 weeks you'll be meeting with your coach, and if you discuss not only kind of what your goals are, but what are the things that are preventing you from actioning those things, then I think you're going to get lots of benefit from it.
And I think Christoph,
Right.
also the tracker at the end of the coaching session, I think that's what was being referred to.
Yeah, so the tracker is just a very short, it takes 1 minute to confirm.
I think he's answered me, yeah.
Oh, good. Pule wants to talk. Let me just say, hi Pule, let me just say something quickly. Once we are through this, because we can't take all the time for the rest of the session on this. So what I'm going to suggest is put your concerns in the chat here. And at the end of this, I will then download the chat and go through it and see who's having challenges and asking questions. And I can address everything with you guys after that. Would that be okay? Pule? Would that
Yes,
sort
that
out your
works.
problem?
But yeah, that Tando feels okay.
Yeah,
But Bule, if you
that's
feel
fine. I
you
just
really
wanted
want
to
to say
add
something,
something very small.
perfect. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to check. This is not only about points. It's also about my own progress as a person, because now I feel like once you are given a task and then you don't complete the task, it doesn't actually work well with me, because I know very well that I've tried to make the to prioritize this program. So now seeing myself not there on the board actually raises an alarm, because I know very well that I'm one man that knows very well that once I commit myself to something, I want to see it through. So I just wanted to see maybe if we can be shown where we have lagged. Maybe there's something that I've missed out for my name not to be there. But I know very well, I'm cocksure that after every program, after all the assignments have been posted, I make sure that immediately at that time I attend it and finish it.
It may be the based on deadlines. There's a lot of factors that go into it. But I'll tell you what, we'll have a meeting as a team, the other admin and myself, and we'll see how we can move forward.
Yes, because I submit my everything after the program. Like now, after we are done, I'll make sure that for today, I'm done for today.
Yeah, I saw that you did the
Thanks,
assignment
Pule,
to
for
the same
bringing
day.
that. Thanks for bringing that to our attention. Let it not be a damper, but bring it to our attention, and then from there we will surely make updated. Thank you so much, Buti.
Yeah, and remember, it's about doing the
Thabo,
work.
anything? Sorry,
That's the
go
learning.
ahead,
The
Amanda.
learning. Sorry, Tobeka. The learning journey is about actually doing the work. It's great to win prizes and it's great to have incentives, but your win is in 10 years' time. You're going to have all this knowledge. You're going to maybe even forget what program did I do where I learned all this financial, where I got all this financial information, and I've been running my business using it. And it's about learning and taking away what's important.
Thank you. No, thanks, Amanda. Sorry, Thabo, over to you.
Hi everyone. Yeah, no, I had the same concern as Pulene, like because I've been submitting on time, been attending the workshops, but my name is not there. Unless maybe at one point, like maybe I got logged out and then used my phone. Maybe the name must change. I'm just speculating that that could be the problem. But like,
I understand.
I'll appreciate it. Maybe you can check where did I maybe missed maybe a point or two so that I can rectify.
Thank you. Thank you very much for bringing it to our attention. Thanks, Amanda. Don't worry. Amanda will look at it and we'll get back to you. And thank you for your insight. So I think we're going to move on swiftly there. The move is not to say what you're sharing is not important. The move is to say, we see you, we hear you, and there'll be back follow-up around that. And of course, like I say, let it not be a damper, just a way to communicate. And on that, I think this is now when I will introduce our guest entrepreneur. Or do you want to do that quickly, Amanda? Just introduce him, and then we'll get started literally now. Go ahead.
So one of our fellow great entrepreneurs is Thando Ndlovu, and he's the owner of Mpongo Industries. And when we did our wins in the WhatsApp group the other day, he shared with us that he has obtained a great contract, and we asked him to come and tell you guys a little bit more about it. Welcome, Thando.
Great. Thank you. Thank you,
Hi,
Amanda.
everyone. Hi.
Hi, Thando. How are you?
Hi, everyone. I'm okay. And you? Tobeka, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. It's good to see you are connecting from your site. It looks like it. Is that where you are? Just quickly tell me where you're connecting from, and then just share some highlights and some challenges you've experienced and what industry you're in. Over to you.
Oh, okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Thando Ndlovu from Mpongo Industries. Basically, my company is based in a construction. We specialize in civil engineering. We're based in Watuguza in KZN. Right now, I'm speaking at a site camp. For now, I'm using a security. This is the house of the security. So I asked him if I can do this presentation here, because outside it's quite windy, and I don't think you'll be able to hear me properly.
Great. And what have been some of your highlights? How long have you had your construction company?
Well, I've had
And how did
my
you start?
construction. I started in 2020 during the COVID time. So we were laid off from work. So I said, you know what, let me start something new and see how it goes. So it went very well. It's been very good from ever since I started. So I've been focusing mostly on growing my craft and my business.
Great, amazing. And what have been some of your highlights?
One of my best highlights is that I've had quite a lot of contracts over the years, and the feedback I've been getting from my clients, from my subcontractors, is that the work that I do with my team, I have a team that is very dedicated. They love what they are doing. They are always on time, and the job that we are doing, we always do it under the duration that we are giving.
Oh, nice.
So we always try to do it under that specific time that we are given.
The time frame, yeah, because
The
construction
time
people,
frame.
they say something will take a week and it ends up taking 2
Yeah,
weeks.
yeah.
Uh-huh,
2 weeks, yes, yes. I've had some of those challenges, but in most cases, it comes from the suppliers. Sometimes the material, it doesn't come to site on time. There are a lot of the delays due to the influx of the customers that they are dealing with. So in most cases, it ends up affecting us. But my team, they handle that very well, as they are very dedicated, they are sharp, they are very good.
So I have a question for you. So because of the industry of construction, now let's go into the financial side of it, right? How did you
Okay.
navigate that? How did you manage the finances and the payment process? So just share some of the highlights or something that happened that has helped you to keep going 4 years later in construction, considering you started during COVID.
Well, one of the challenges that we normally face, it's the late payments, mainly from the main contractor. Sometimes they take about 7 days to 30 days to pay. So in most cases, you end up having to deal with your general labor, as they want to get paid now. As soon as the job is done, they want to get paid now. So you end up having to go and borrow the money to pay them off, and sometimes you have to pay that money to the loan shark, or your friend, or someone who's close to you. They should borrow that money to. And in most cases, they say, okay, no, I'm gonna give you this money, and then you're gonna have to pay me with 40% interest or less. So those are some of the challenges that I faced over the years. And as a small business owner, I think the challenges that we face is the lack of funding, the lack of funds, and to manage our money, because we need financial knowledge. We need to know the financial management, how to handle money for the next projects, because I need to save some money after this project, so that on the next project I don't suffer the same fate as before.
And how did you start learning how to save your money, and to what were some of your basic steps you took?
Well, I have to. It's budgeting. We have to budget, and you need to learn how to budget. You need to categorize what you need most, and what you need to spend on the most. Because you, first of all, you need to pay your labor in time. You need to have money to pay for your supplier. To especially if you're gonna have to hire the equipment, you need to have money to give it to that someone who's going to borrow you that's equipment. So you need to have money every time.
Yeah. You said something quickly, Christoph, you let me know with time. I'm really getting into this, but you shared something around you had to borrow money from loan sharks. You had to borrow money from family. Yeah. The
Yes.
loan shark payment, how, if you loaned a certain amount, how much did you have to pay? So give me a real amount if you don't mind me asking. Do you remember one particular
Well,
situation?
one time I borrowed 50,000 from a loan shark. So he said, okay, you know what, I'm gonna give you this money because I see you have a letter of appointment, and it means so it means that you've been appointed for this job. So what I needed the most was to pay for my PPE, was to pay for my medicals. I had to do a safety file. I had to order the material. I had to hire the tools for that job. So I ended up paying roughly, it was I think it was 75,000 when I had to pay him back. I think it was around that amount, because it was very the amount was very high. So
Yeah.
and the loan sharks, once they see that you have been appointed, they will make sure that they want the percentage that you need to pay back. They will want to rip you off, because they know that you need this money and you need to
Yes.
start and all of that. So they will make sure that they rip you off. They rip you off.
Yep. So my last question, I would like to end it in a positive note around this point, is now, 4 years down the line, how are you now borrowing money?
Well, now I'm no longer borrowing money, as I always save from my last job. So I make sure that at least I save 20% of all the income that I received from that job. So I try to save a lot, so that I don't suffer, like, so that I don't always have to borrow money from the loan sharks to start the work.
Perfect. Thank you. Wow, that was amazing. Thank you so much.
I would love to see more faces, eh?
Me too, actually.
We've got such beautiful people, and they're so afraid to show themselves.
Hey.
George.
George is the man. George is the man. You know, even if I walk by the street, I will know him. I won't think, why is he shellering me? I will know, okay, he's not shellering me. I know you. Yeah, but when he says, when he says, hi, Sister, I'll be like, I know you, Yabona. You are not just trying to ask me out. Sisiyazana, Yabona. Manje, makhuluma Kutso, I won't know. I'll look at Kutso and say, who's this guy? He's shellering me, Yabona. So, or a lady, Pope. Let me not discriminate. Yes,
Maybe we can have a few more videos on just for a moment.
Hi, everyone. Okay, welcome back. So here's the question. I hope your breakout was great. Before we do the share, you see, I love it. Already some of you have done the copy and paste and everything. So here's a question. What can you offer the other participants? So I would love to get some feedback on that breakout. On what are you offering? What can you offer each other? Yes. So what came out? Hi, Musa. What came out of that conversation? And then what are some of your needs? So
All
again,
right. So,
okay,
go
go
ahead.
ahead, Musa. Go ahead, my friend.
All right. So, my name is Musa Nkosi Gwabaza, and I'm from Pinetown. And what I found out is that I was in a group in Umkayawam who's not so far away from me, and he
Wonderful.
has the assistance that I need at the moment since we are going to be starting to make bricks and bark. So he has like a plug for transportation. So at his house they have trucks and vans. So which means since this is an outsource transportation, where I think we're going to need him and use him. Kodwa-ke yena, what I found out from him, since he's running a mobile kitchen for fast food, yabo, so he needs a bookkeeping assistant. So if anyone has knowledge in accounting and bookkeeping, I feel they should get in touch with Usanele Mbuyazi. He is on the chat and he needs that. And also we had George on the group. And George has a brand company, if I may put it like that. He outsources ama t-shirts and other clothes, and then afagi logo yake on them. And I still think he needs people abatungayo or sewing people who are very much skilled, who are going to buy the fabric, create the product, and then he can just brand it. In that way, we can all eat.
Injal. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Musa. Thank you on that. And then before I say over to you, Christine, Wandile, over to you. That was amazing. Both Wandile put it in the chat that he wants to talk, and then after Wandile, it will be you, ne, Christine? Wandile, kuluma pel. Oh, Pimanch.
Oh, sorry. Hi, everyone.
Yebo.
So in our room, it was quite interesting. It was only creatives. So, at first we felt that maybe we should have been paired with other people in other fields, but we then later realized that it was actually a good thing to actually connect with other people doing what you do, and actually realize that amongst creatives, you might find yourself that you actually, maybe your workload is a lot and you can handle some of the things. You can actually pass them to other people. And our challenge is as creatives mostly, it was quite common. It was mostly equipment, resources. So yeah, it's mostly the things we need to execute the job. And yeah, that was our room.
Great. Thank you very much, Wandile. I have run out of time, but nothing happens by mistake, Wandile. The right people who were supposed to be in the group were in the group, and I'm sure you realize that. Christine, ngukunika 30 seconds, mamaike. Ngoba vele bazongishaya. Khuluma ke. Sorry,
Hi,
coach,
guys.
you won't be able to talk. Yebo, Christine, over to you.
My name is Christine. I'm a fashion designer. And then group yami, I found out ukuthi lo muntu bengikhuluma naye yena udila bookkeeping, ngokuregister ama-company. And then gcine sengifind out ukuthi I can use his services for bookkeeping because my books are bad, really bad. And then mina as a fashion designer, I'll make him a tailor suit so that makahlangana nama-clients, he can be nice and representable. Thank you.
Nice, thank you. So are you doing a little bartering possibly versus money?
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Christine. That sounds amazing. The rest of you, please put it in the chat, some of your takeaways. so that Rashida will now come on and give us some insight on admin, logistics, our assignments, coaching, and then we'll have Sis Nomvuyo with the wrap up after that. So while
Yes.
Rashida, Azeda.
So I'm definitely here. Sorry, I can't put my video on today. I'm technologically challenged
No worries,
today,
go
but I'm
ahead.
definitely still here. And in fact, I'm gonna make it very short because there's not much in terms of what you've already know. But let's go through it quickly. So as you know, upcoming dates, we are now nearing the end of our first cycle. Well done, everybody, team, participants, coaches, everybody. We're at the end of our first cycle, roughly. And so just thank you so much for your cooperation while, we're trying to get the system going. So I foresee that in the second cycle, things are just going to go smooth, okay? And we'll be there, of course, when they don't. So no stress, but just thank you so much. So remember your upcoming dates, it's still the same. You should be your coaching sessions. There have been instances where some of you have, notified me as well as your coaches have notified me that you couldn't make your session for coaching week within that time frame. Of course, we understand, it was quite short timelines. So my suggestion is, where possible, try to book all 4 coaching sessions. Remember, the first one is probably the most difficult because it's in person, but all the other 3 will be online. So where possible, try to book these in your calendar now already so that you don't have to that same challenge of coordinating against your busy schedules. That's the first thing. And then, of course, your workshop next week will continue with workshops. So that we'll do 2 workshops, and then following that, we will do most likely another peer forum. Yeah, but we'll get there. For now, it's just the 2 workshops that you need to be aware of. And then remember, on the 17th of September, we are going to share with you the participant feedback form. We may cover it in a bit. But while Christoph's going on to the next slide, the participant feedback form is basically for you to now talk to us. Remember, there's 84 of you, and we want to hear each and every single voice. And sometimes we know that this 2 hours is not enough for us to hear each individual voice. So we've put together the participant feedback form so that you can really sit and reflect, what is this first cycle been like for you? All the different activities, the coaching, the workshop, the prayer forum, the assignments, all of the things that sort of packages this thing. How are you experiencing it? How would you like us to improve? Where is the most challenging part? So that on an individual level, we as a team can sit and say, okay, this is how we're going to define it, or maybe we can alter our interventions and slightly here and there, and so forth. So please, everybody has to finish the participant feedback form. Remember, you also get busy bucks linked to that as well. And it is also part of your, your overall participation activities within the program. So the first form will be due by this Friday. We are aware most of you would have done your coaching sessions. For those instances that they're not, we'll hear them on a case-by-case basis. But everybody should be done by this Friday. The deadline is 12 midday for the feedback form. And of course, Amanda will share that with us in the group. Okay, and then on to next thing. So just on coaching, I hope coaching is going well. I've heard some great responses. And I just want to, I don't think there's much I can report because we're still in the middle of the first, but I just want to say what I've learned as an entrepreneur. My coaches have always come to me at a point when I needed them the most, even though I didn't know that. So us as divine human beings only get sent with divine purpose for divine reasons. That's how I see my coaches, and I've always seen them. So remember that you must make the best of it. Make sure that you are prepared. So when the coach comes in, like Sufisa said, he's not going to read your palm and know everything about you. The assignments, assignments is most important. You would have remembered last week we did a personality SWOT. That personality SWOT would have given your coach, or will give your coach, a really good snapshot of where you're at as an individual, and it's a good point for you to start. So those kinds of things, come prepared. Make sure in the session that you are completing the session tracker, which we spoke about earlier on. That is your proof for both you and your coach that you've attended the session. It only takes a minute. It's your name, your coach's name, the time of the session, and basically that's it. Fill that in during the session so you know it's done. Mark it off as one of your to-dos during the session. Okay, and then, yeah, as you know, coaching weeks have been booked into your calendars. I will just do a double check on that, but everybody should have that in their calendars now, as well as workshops, etc. And again, make sure you are on time, coordinate beforehand, and come prepared is my final word of advice. But I know that our coaches are definitely enjoying it. I have heard of you and I've read the chat. Some of you are. It's very emotional because, you know, I'm sort of on this side. For me, coaches have been the biggest impact on my entrepreneurial journey, and I really wish and hope the same for all of you. So thank you. Over to
Thank you. Thank you so much, Rashida. And I'll hand over to you, Sis Nomvuyo, to kind of just wrap up for us for the day before I put a song at the end.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, guys. Just remember, sihamba ngama-levels. Sihamba ngama-levels. Angithi?
Injalo.
Sihamba ngama-levels. Okay, let's take it. We said originally you did your own goals, angithi? Your own personal goals, your own financial goals. Then we did the entrepreneur in me. Now today, what we have done is we have added, we have compounded that vision of yourself as a financially savvy entrepreneur. So what I would like you to do today, remember last week, it was I'm a great entrepreneur. But now you are adding mix to that statement. How does a great entrepreneur look like to you? Are you an ant? Are you an eagle? Are you a lion? That's what Rashida said. What are you? So put this vision of you together. Create the new you as a financially savvy entrepreneur. Put all the meat together and make that picture, make that vision as clear in your mind as possible. Because for you to achieve it, you have to see it in your mind first. For you to achieve it, you have to feel it in your heart first. So that's what we did today. I wish you all the best. We've had a good session. Did you have a good session? Angbon. Yeah? George, did you have a good session? Bonginkosi, did you have a Musa Wenkosi? Hey, sinabo Bonginkosi, nabo Musa Wenkosi. Did you have a good session? Siposetu, did you have a good session? I did. I had a good session. Go, reflect, put the meat to the bones, make your vision clear, make it colorful, make it compelling so that it can unleash. Hey, Batu, let us unleash that a great entrepreneur, financially savvy entrepreneur in you. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Sis Nomvuyo. And really, as usual, before I put our going off song, really is to remember, always take care of yourself. Take care of your spiritual, mental, and physical self, because your journey is long and it's going to be exciting and it's going to fly by. And really make sure you connect with people that will bring the best out of you, that will challenge you, that will tell you the truth, even though it can be uncomfortable, but take it from a good place. And as usual, I would really like us to celebrate ourselves, celebrate the first cycle of where you've been.